Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the Armadillos franchise. Um, Disaster Draft franchise, obviously. We're far removed from that, though. So, I might just... I don't know. We'll see if I drop that or not. I mean, it is still what it is. It's been a disaster at times. Last game was a disaster for its own reason. It was not that bad of a game. Just a disaster from Madden, for some reason, having that glitch where you only put 10 guys on the field, like on defense. Like, what is that all about? I don't know. But hopefully it's not going to be an issue. But we did lose in the divisional round to the Chiefs, which kind of sad because obviously we were doing really well. We were 12-5 on our way to a Super Bowl potentially. But I do think that it would have been kind of unfulfilling for me if we won in season 2. At the current state of this team too, it's not a bad team at all. It's just this team shouldn't really have went 12-5, let alone made it to the. I mean, maybe make the playoffs, maybe pull off an upset in the wild card, right? But it shouldn't have done it in the fashion that it did. But that's okay, and we're gonna see how it goes in the offseason here and try to build this team to actually be a 12-5 worthy team and playoff worthy team. So that is what we're going to do here the entire offseason. In the Pro Bowl, let's see if we have anyone here. Atkinson, running back 1. That is awesome. Love to see that. We also have... Was Blake our fullback? I feel like he's not. Maybe he is. I think he is. I think that's our fullback. I'm not 100%. McClendon gets receiver 3. That's cool. Let's see. Not our left guard named Gore, unfortunately. Stevens might be a right guard. Is he? God, see, I haven't played forever. I don't remember who's on our team. Who else is here? Probably, I don't know. Surprise in a linebacker? No, none of them. It's not looking like Jeff Davis is our kicker. I know that one for a fact. Yeah, not as many as you'd think for a 12-5 team, but that's okay. Cool. We're going to go ahead and just sim past this. I can't even play the Pro Bowl. I don't want to play the Pro Bowl anyways. But it is Super Bowl week. Browns-Panthers, Super Bowl 78. But that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the yearly awards. Chip Springs wins MVP for the Panthers. He was really good. We didn't have anyone here, which is fair. Sean McDermott also wins Coach of the Year. Panthers getting a lot of awards. We'll see if they can win the Super Bowl along with that. We got 8th, which is, I feel like that's low considering we were not the best team. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Dion McClendon. That is huge. He should move to X Factor. That is really huge. Dakota Atkinson, great year, gets 6th. He should also probably move up to Superstar, I'm assuming. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Dwight Stills. We didn't have anyone here. That's reasonable. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nathan Thurman. I believe that's a running back for the Bills. We didn't have anyone. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Graham Hunter. We had John Flowers at 3. That's fair. It's really hard to get safety, secondary guys to get Defensive Rookie of the Year. Really, they have to be super involved, and they never really are for me. So that's a tough award to win, especially against, I'm assuming, either a linebacker or pass rusher. Best QB went to Michael Meltzer. I'm assuming, no Jenkins yet. Atkinson wins Best Running Back of the Year. That is huge as well. Love that. Best receiver, obviously, Dion McClendon. To be expected. Best O-line went to Joe Stevens. So he was a right guard, I guess. Cool. I mean, that's awesome. Epstein's on the list, which we already we know that one already. Cameron Gore. That's a nice little entry for him. D-line went to Matt Bridge for the Browns. I doubt we had anyone. We didn't. Linebacker went to Amari Bradshaw, also on the Browns. Won it over Cheeks. That's surprising. No one for us as well, which is a little surprising. I don't know if J.J. Driver would have made it, but Romeo Roby was really good. Jermichael Clements wins DB of the year. For the Ravens, we had no one. Best kicker went to Jeff Davis. We'll take that. So we got some awards here, which is good. Definitely have some upgrades here. We have 3 upgrade points for Dion McLennan, who does now have X Factor. Grab and smash does not make sense for him. So we're going to change it to... I feel like he's more of a guy... He's not really a... Yeah, he's more of a... I don't know. I feel like he's more of a rack 'em up. That's just my opinion. But anyways, yeah, we should upgrade him. Damn. Yeah, he's been incredible for us. Let's just keep pumping into the deep threat, I guess, really. Just see what he gets here. Solid upgrade there. Another solid upgrade there. And one more. He'll be up to an 84 without... Sorry, 83 only. That's kind of crazy. Only an 83 without the boosts there. He plays better than that, though. Dakota Atkinson does get to Superstar Dev. That's pretty sweet. We'll give him a receiving back one, I guess. Sure. Alright, that gets him his ability slot. He's playing up to an 80 overall now. Short out elite doesn't really make sense for him. I would say let's give him Energizer. Goal line back isn't really his thing, but we'll do spin cycle, I guess. I haven't spun with him very much, but we'll see. Maybe we'll incorporate it. And Jeff Davis, he goes up to star as our kicker, and we're gonna go ahead and just give him power, because accuracy-wise, that's more on me. But he also gets 1 accuracy too, along with power, so that's cool. That's pretty sweet. But that's pretty awesome. That's a pretty solid start there. We'll see in terms of regression-wise what happens here. I wouldn't be surprised if Jenkins goes down the superstar, and I'm not going to change that, because in reality, he probably should be. Did anyone else go up? No. Does not look like it, which is fair. Although, did Roby have star always? I think he did. Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. That no one went up. We'll see. No, other than the guys we already upgraded there. We'll see if anyone regresses. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of that. And I don't know if it'd be that big of a deal. And the Panthers win 24-10. They win their first Super Bowl. Jalen Anderson wins MVP of the Super Bowl. Along with that, adds on to their already award-heavy year with MVP and Coach of the Year, obviously, and Defensive Rookie of the Year in the NFC. So, or Defense Player of the Year, sorry, in the NFC. Retirements, I doubt we have any. Or, no, we do, actually. I lied. I was about to say, no, we probably do. We're in the AFC South, right? So, Patrick McMichael was a really key part of our late playoff run there. He was good, very good for us. Pat Brady, he was just depth, and Deontay Reddick, he did his job. He did his job as a mentor running back So, cool. Some more upgrades. We're just going to auto upgrade these guys. They were just all on the practice squad, so. Let's see. We do see here that Oregon receiver Bart Brown gets College All-Star Game MVP. Joey Carruthers was all right, but had some bad plays. But the receiver, Bart Brown, that is an interesting one. Where is he projected to be drafted? Oh, he's the number 1 receiver on the board. Okay, so... Oh, right. Oh, this guy looks so interesting. He's huge and extremely fast. He'd be really fun. He'd be a really fun player to have. But I'm not sure I really want to take receiver round 1 or not. We very well could, though. And then in the corner, they were saying Joey Carruthers. He kind of got beat in coverage. He still looks good. I mean, he's definitely heavily zone heavy here. He needs to work on his man coverage, and he may even be able to move to safety in all reality. But I don't know. It doesn't deter me away from him too much. Ugh. Cracked my back. Nice. So I guess, I don't know, did we get any of the regressions? I don't know if that happens now or later. Well, based off of what I'm seeing here, it looks like it happened. I think I saw some more stars. Saunders had star, yeah, okay. So, I'm okay with this, honestly. I mean, man, yeah. Our defense, like, overperformed heavily, by the way. Just by so much. Like, we really need to improve this defense. Like, Bowers was non-existent last year because we had, I don't know. This is a rough defense, actually, looking at it. Flowers is good. And Person's developing well. Norris is still fine right now. And Roby was really great for us, so awesome. But the rest of the positions, we kind of have to really build out. I mean, Morris is solid. We want to keep him. But, like, we need a new left end. We need a new D-tackle as well. We need some linebackers. We need a corner. We need a free safety. Offensively, we just need, like, one receiver. And that and a tight end, maybe. Like, and that's not even, like, 100%. Like, we could probably be okay. But this should be a very interesting offseason. Oops. Let's just go ahead and advance to the re-signing players week. I don't think we have many, if any. We have 5. Okay. So who do we have left here? Right. So Ben Abbott. I'm going to probably let him walk. Like, he's obviously solid. But he didn't really do a lot for us. And for the amount he's asking, I think we could look elsewhere for a power back for cheaper. JJ Driver doesn't have interest in re-signing. I think we're going to let him walk and then maybe try to re-sign him if no one's offering him anything. Dan Womack, yeah, he can go. He was good, but, like, we have a solid center behind him. Saunders, we don't really need him anymore. He also was pretty solid for us, but I think it's just time to go. Joe Stevens can also go now. He did great for us, but it's his time to leave as well. So I think mostly in free agency, outside of maybe, like, I mean, it depends on who's there, but, like, we're going to be looking more for, like, veteran depth pieces. But Mock Draft 3 is out The Lions have the first overall pick, and they're projected to take Victor Johnston. Okay, so we're projected the 7th overall pick. They have us taking Antoine Justice, the fullback, because he's the top guy on our list right now. But having the 7th overall pick is huge, because we can go a lot of places. We're in a position that we could take Bart Brown if we wanted to. There's a lot of edge rushers. There's a corner. There's corners we could take. There's a lot of guys here. Now, I know before, I think in one of the older videos, I don't remember how long ago it was, I think we were looking at taking Josiah Moss and Sean Wharton. Now we're projected to not get either of them. I think it was them. I know it was Wharton. Moss, I'm not 100%. But I'd say those guys are still very in play here. We obviously have another pick, Stephen Gooden. We're projected to take him, left tackle, 26. Oh wait, no, we're not the Falcons. Sorry. We're projected to take Tyson Kershaw, off-ball linebacker, 3rd to 4th rounder guy. Probably not. Sean Terrell. He was the other guy. I'm certain on that one. Which I guess he's still very possible, but I wouldn't even be surprised. We could, because we have the ability here with the 7th pick and the 28th pick, we could move up if we really want to take Victor Johnston. We could. I don't know if I will. I probably won't, because there seems to be a lot of really good players, but although Victor Johnston does look good, I don't know. We have options. We definitely have options, but we're going to go ahead and hop right into free agency here. Now, before we look at free agency, I just want to get a baseline understanding of what the trade center looks like. I always like to look at the trade block just to see what guys are out here. So, I mean, backup quarterback-wise, we probably do need a new backup quarterback, but probably looking at a veteran running back. Antoine Huffman is on the trade block for the Falcons. We could bring him back. I don't want to. I don't really need to bring in a running back, really. I'm happy with what we got in Dakota Atkinson. Receiver, nothing too crazy here. Not worth trading for anyone. Tight end, I mean, there's a couple guys here that are interesting that we could look into. Offensive line, there's a couple guys, but I don't think I need them now. Pat Pleasant at left end. Nah, we already have too many guys like him. I feel like we need more pass rush juice here. Adonis Rodriguez. He could work well for us, but I don't know. I'm not sure about him. Paul Underwood. It's alright, I guess. Right outside linebacker, Quayshawn McClellan. I kind of like him. Keep our eye on him. And I mean, Henry Northcutt plays strong safety. We could easily move him to free safety. He's pretty solid. I don't know. There's some solid players there, but let's see what's in free agency, because I don't want to have to give up picks, realistically. But we'll see. Doesn't look like a super great class, but Gabe Parrish is here. Longtime Falcons quarterback. Would be crazy if I brought him in, because we don't need him, but no. Yeah, we're probably going to look at a depth quarterback for sure. Running back, I mean, Kirk Burrow looks solid, but I don't, like, we just need a power back, and I don't really feel like we need to go out and get one of these guys right away. Receiver, Donovan Sandridge looks okay. potentially. Could go with another veteran. Carlos Roth is sitting in here. I think we're okay on him, to be real. Shelton Dorsey. Primarily a slot guy. Looks okay. I don't know. Come back. Tight end. Probably just look to draft a guy, I think. I guess I should probably look and see how my actual, what my actual positions I need to fill are, because I'm not 100% certain how many players we need. So quarterback-wise, I really just want to, I want to mentor. Paul Holt's still here as a young project, and then we obviously have James Jenkins. Also, DeMarco Blake, 98 throw power is crazy. We need at least one more running back, probably a power back though. I like Luther Teague. Atkinson's our guy right now. We've got fullbacks still figured out. Receiver, we actually have 5 guys still. Finney's still here. Shields, Johnson. I mean, I would say a depth guy. Clancy's probably just going to get cut, I would assume. Probably draft a receiver. And then, because I don't want to have to field McClendon, Finney, and Shields again. Go back to season 1. Shields could be fine. Finney's still very fast, but I don't know. We need to get somebody who's going to be more consistent, like McClendon. Tight end, we're still okay. We could probably deal with these guys, but I still might want to draft a tight end. Offensive line, just probably depth mentors that can back all 3 of these guys on the right side up, and then on the left side we're probably honestly fine, except for maybe we'll just get a mentor for each spot that's not left tackle. We'll do that. Excuse me. Left end, it looks like we need left ends. I guess we'll just move Eric Adkins to left end for now. No hurt in doing that. Because, hello? There we are. Because we do have Bobby Bowe here, who's actually he's 68 overall. He's not too bad. I mean, he's not great, but he's not too bad. D-tackle, we still have Morris and Rodriguez, so I guess D-tackle's not the biggest need in the world, but still would like to get someone better. But left end's definitely a big need. We might let Givens start again at left outside. Middle linebacker, we have Coleman and Roby. We're cool with that. Murray's also a solid number 3. I might honestly not even bring Driver back and just look to bring in a veteran to mentor these guys. Because Coleman, I mean, if you remember, Coleman was already really solid for us. But him and Roby was great, are going to be a solid duo. And then we definitely need a right outside linebacker. Corner, we do need another corner. Might look to bring in a veteran too, because Stamper probably isn't going to make the team. He might just get the practice squad again. But Norris and Person are starting, and then Merriweather's still developing. So 2 more guys could be good there. Free safety, big need. I'm still okay with our strong safety situation, and our kicker's fine. We need a punter. Punter's a big one. We also don't have a 3rd or a 5th round pick this year. That's something else to keep in mind. So potentially maybe a reason why to trade back from my 7th spot to get some picks instead of trading up with my other ones. So if need be. Jason Baker. He fits our scheme. We'll go with Jason Baker. I think he's a fine option here. If need be, he can start, but ideally he won't have to. I'm trying to think, right end, Because if we move... Bowers doesn't have to move to right end. It's just we need somebody to rush off the edge. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tough situation to think through, but it's fine. Left outside linebacker. We said we'd bring Driver back. I think we can play him at right outside. He can be our like right outside starter. Let's bring George Harvey back. I know not like a super flashy big move, especially to do in the first set of these, but I think it's worth it. And then we'll go ahead and sign JJ Driver. 2-year deal. That's fine. He's not asking for a ton. We'll move him to right outside. And then, let's see, corner. I really like this guy, Kawhi Cox. I probably would want him for like a 2-year deal. We have the money to spend, so we might as well spend it. And we're right up there with the Chiefs and Red Dragons. So we'll see if we can get him. That'd be sweet. Free safety, let's just look at a veteran. We want someone who's like, okay, I mean, Derek Lowry, we can't have him back on the team, man. He's way too slow at this point. Carlos Pendleton's honestly not that bad. We're gonna go with him. He's like decent. He's like good enough player to start if we need him to. Alright, let's see. Can we get any of these guys signed? So Driver's the one who didn't sign a contract. We got all of them. That is huge, especially the Kawhi Cox, man. That's a huge signing. The other guys weren't really contested, so not a huge deal, but that's a big signing. Gigantic signing. So now that makes corner a little bit less of a necessary pickup in the draft. Might still look there, but it's not as huge of a need, and I would say along with that, we might even decide just, hey, let's just bring in a mentor and rock with what we got, right? Very possible. Very possible. Like Dre Taylor. Terrible man coverage, though. Oh, my goodness. Luke Meander. He's just a bridge player. I want a mentor specifically. Ugh. Because Philip Truman. He's also not very good. He's better, though. We'll go with Philip Truman, I guess, as our mentor corner. Let's go to quarterback. Let's get our mentor in here. Russell Hardy. No. He's still starter worthy. Adam Wilcox. Didn't we have him on the team before? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. We don't want him. Wade Williams. God. Get him away from my team. Morgan Baptiste. Former starter. Great arm. Could go with him. I think, though, Ryan Ham looks just to be a bit better at this point in his career. A little bit more startable. Running back, I mean, specifically I'm looking for a power back. So, Ron Curtis is that. I don't want to pay him a lot of money because we're really not that type of team. We're really just relying heavily on Atkinson. That is our thing at this point. Doug McBride. 23 years old. Very interesting. More of a elusive back, actually. Okay. Well, I think we might just look at, I don't know, is there any mentors? There is. Wendell Clifford. Okay, he's definitely more of an elusive back, it looks like. Keelan Gaither, I mean, he's so slow. Zaire Massey. Like, how are you going to put a guy out there that can't even run very fast? Like, I don't know, that's just Nah, I'm not sure. Zach Buchanan, so slow. Not even a mentor. He's an award winner bridge player, apparently. Even though he's not very good. Wendell Clifford, specifically an elusive back, can play the power game a bit, but we already have too many guys like that, you know? Boy. Let's go with... Sure, Keelan Gaither is 83 speeds, horrible, right? Gives me flashbacks to Antoine Huffman, but like he's at least going to be a mentor for our guys. So there's that. A mentor receiver, I think that's one that we still need for sure. Well, not for sure, but we should probably. I actually let's wait on that one for a second. Let me look at these depth O-line guys. Brad Windley, he wants to play here, but I think we're gonna go with Brady Giles. He doesn't really want to play here because we're not close to Iowa, which is really not that far from Memphis, but in the grand scheme of like the totality of the NFL, we're probably one of the closer teams. We'll bring him in. He's going to be a backup anyways, so who cares? It's not a ton of money for him either, and he's startable. He doesn't sign, Truman doesn't sign, but we do get the other guys. Need a center. We're not going to bring back Womack. He's not even a mentor. Crazy enough, actually. Sure, we'll just do Shane Harrison. He has a strong desire to play here. I think it fits both my needs, his needs. So, cool. Right outside linebacker, Joe Stevens. I mean, he has an offer. He's a starter-worthy player, but we're just not going to be able to offer that to him. But we do see Ben Rayner, who does have star dev, which doesn't really mean anything. But he has high interest in coming to this team, even though he's not going to be a starter. He could be solid, and then at right tackle, I'd like somebody who can actually start. So, yeah, that would be ideal. This guy... It's only 31. We'll bring him in for a 2-year deal. I think he'd be a solid mentor for Jared Gallery. And that'll be our last evaluation used for this period of these. We get the rest of the guys we wanted there. Awesome. So let's see. So we could still use a receiver. We'll just do it. We'll bring in a mentor receiver anyways. We could probably cut him if we need to. Receiver. D-tackle. Okay, so let me think, I guess, just quickly. I think we should probably see what do we really want to nail down through the draft here. And then see if there's any other spots. Because, like, we could obviously just go for depth, right? In some of these picks, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. Only 6 picks in the draft right now. Obviously, our top 3 picks are going to be looking for startable players within the next 2 years. Definitely the first round picks. Second is like a maybe, but like the 4th, 6th, and 7th are probably going to be more depth picks. So like quarterback, yeah, we're good at quarterback now. Running back, we could probably still sign one guy, I guess, in theory, but I don't know. Probably okay for now. Receiver, we'll bring in a depth guy, but we want to draft a receiver for sure still. because to be real, I'm not the biggest fan of running with McClendon, Finney, Shields. Obviously McClendon very happy with, but the other guys I'm not 100% on. Tight end would be ideal to bring in. O-line, I mean, it'd be good to get a tackle for when Epstein does eventually have to leave, but like, I'm not set on having to bring in a tackle or any O-line through the draft, really. Defensive line, D-end is a huge need. Specifically an edge rusher, D-tackle, but that's more of a depth one. Oops, not Caleb Murray. We'll move JJ Driver over to right outside linebacker. No, that's not what I meant to do. I forgot to restructure contract things in this game, which is cool. That's a good start, but hopefully in Madden, whatever they're calling next year, Madden 2025 probably, I don't know. They'll fix that. Corner, not as huge of a need now. Could still look to draft one. Free safety is a need, so I'd say starter-wise, we really need a safety, an edge rusher. Those are like the two main ones. Like receiver could be that second-round pick. Tight end could be the fourth or something. So I guess let's look at D-tackle. And let me see. Let me go first off. Let's get a mentor receiver on this one. Now, do I want another just speedster or do I want like a slot guy? I mean, this guy just looks better by a decent bit, so plus he wants to play for us, so we'll bring in Marion Stallworth. Don't know if he'll fully make the team or not. That's we'll get to that later, but that's not something we're worrying about right now. D-tackle. We're just looking for a depth guy, really. So, I mean, Damian Freeman. Actually, I think, let me look for someone who also has some pass rush juice on him. 88 power moves. Michael Sears is just chilling here. Like, looking for a team to sign him. He's not bad at all. He's 25 in his prime. 79 overall is not bad. 88 power moves, pretty good. Good athlete. Yeah, we'll bring him in for sure. A 2-year deal. That's fine. Try that out. We could use a better depth option here. I think we saw Patrick Anderson as a as a finesse guy. Let's bring him in because he can be a rotational edge rusher. We just need more rotational guys, to be real, because that seems to be an issue with what happened last season. I think otherwise we just need this punter, right? That's it. Now Daniel Smith, he has really good accuracy, but his kick power is just not that good. I mean, I don't really care who we get, to be honest. In terms of like their actual ability, doesn't really matter to me. Although I don't want this guy that was changed to a punter from me a while ago. But this 25-year-old Ronnie Davidson looks good. He's got 82 speed, which is not a huge reason as to why I got him, but you know, it helps. It helps to be able to tackle somebody on punt return sometimes. So yeah, we'll go with him. He's young. We'll give him a 3-year deal. How about that? And then that will be it. I mean, is there anyone else I want to throw an offer at, I guess? In theory, I could. But where else would I want to throw an offer at? I feel like I've really threw offers around at everybody else, so. I mean, I guess we could just go with like a really low, or like a very young middle linebacker. I think the guy that caught my eye here was Greg Wall, 85 speed. Because, like, yeah, we have the money. It's not a big deal if we give him a little bit more money, like what he wants, because we have the money. We might as well. Until we have to sign James Jenkins, we're fine. Oh, him and McClendon come in the same year. That's going to be an expensive year. That's for sure. All right, let's see if we get those other 5 guys. Otherwise, I don't really have any other signings I want or need to make. At the moment, at least. I mean, things could change, obviously, but I don't know. So Gabriel Parrish is going back to the Falcons on a 1-year deal. So that's cool. They're trying to run it back with him one more time. Fair enough. So it looks like we have 3 guys left here. Patrick Anderson has some interest from the Packers. We're going to go ahead and use one of our evals. And let's make sure. We got Sears. We got Anderson. And I'm sure we got the 61 overall middle linebacker. Cool. So we got a really solid haul here. Nothing like super crazy, but we got a solid haul. Mock draft 4 is out. And top 5 looks pretty set in stone. The Cardinals are projected to take Will Cash now. I'm not taking that fullback. Don't believe that. He has some change here. Some players moving up and down, obviously. That will happen. And then, obviously, they're going to have us taking this middle linebacker still. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you that much. But the Browns getting a quarterback at pick 31 is very intriguing. Especially because Evan Walsh, he looks solid. That could be dangerous, really. That really could be dangerous to let the Browns get, who just made the Super Bowl, get a quarterback. Because, like, I don't think their quarterback was that good last season, or, like, overall-wise. Oh, actually, he's fine. Glenn Swartzen. Weird name. Kind of. He's not bad. It's just, I guess they could definitely do better, but I don't know if... Yeah, he's like okay. So they could look to get someone better for the future for sure. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back down here. All right, so now we're gonna just look at scouting players. That's what the rest of this is gonna be until we get to the draft, probably. So Braden Cook, running back, had a nice pro day. Okay, so I guess we can look at him. I haven't really thought about going running back, but we could look at Braden Cook. That's the only other bit of news that we've gotten so far. So Braden Cook, 3rd to 4th round elusive back. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care to get him. He probably will be fine. Solid player, just I don't really need him. No real desire to have use a draft pick on a running back this time around. So in terms of our watch list here, our favorites list, we have 76 players. We're probably going to start narrowing it down here a bit. So at quarterback, we have 2 guys. I mean, it doesn't hurt to draft these guys like with the 7th round pick, maybe. Like Trent McDonald looks like all right. He has great arm, good speed. Might not be like a great player, but he might be a solid project. And Matt Capps doesn't look super impressive, but like, you know, he's got like solid accuracies. Kind of reminds me of like a Taylor Heineke-esque player, maybe. Fullback. The only reason I looked at Antoine Justice is because he does look a little insane with the run blocking, pass blocking mean A's for each, but I don't think we'll draft him. Receiver's a big one. Obviously, Bart Brown is, I guess it's in play still. It says he's a good fit for us twice, so there's that. He is a really great athlete. His acceleration, agility change of direction aren't quite there, but his speed, strength, and jumping are. Looks like a good player. I don't know. We definitely are leaning more towards like a physical guy, but Warren Burris seems to be similar. Similar type of player. 6'3" Steven Rutledge. We're definitely looking for a bigger receiver here, if you couldn't tell. A little bit on the slower side, but he does have some interesting abilities there. Marcel Shelby, he's a guy that we have scouted. He has a first and second round grade and talent, 100% scouted. He's a big dude, 6'5", 227. He's 21 years old. He looks like a solid athlete, nothing super crazy, but like we see, he seems pretty solid all around. His injury is a little concerning though. Perry Tomlinson, the first like short guy, but he's just super speedy. I don't see myself taking him though. Byron Osgood though, 6 foot 206, 21-year-old, solid player, solid athleticism, could be a good pick for us. Matt Prince, another shorter speedster guy. It's okay. James Gray, or Gary, sorry. He's young, short, but really, really fast. Eric Miner, another short, young, fast receiver, but he's got like hella speed, elite agility, and elite acceleration. Great change of direction and jumping. Ran a 4.25 at the combine, 4.24 at his pro day. I think he is a guy I really would like to draft more as like a Jack Johnson replacement than anything. As much as I like Jack Johnson, we could always look to improve. And Richard Harris is just like a throwaway. He's moving the tight end apparently, so I mean we could take him, but I don't know. I think in reality, we're probably not going to go with Tomlinson, but we'll keep him on the list just because we only have 10, well, not really 9 receivers on the list. Richard Harris, I'd be drafting him to play tight end. So we'll see. Tight ends, though, we have another solid amount of picks. So it's like, why do we even draft that one guy? I don't know. Rick Lewis. Now, he is a first-round pick, and I don't really feel like using a first-round pick on a tight end this year, but he looks really good. Really good athlete, extremely fast. Not sure if we'll be able to get him. And then we take a huge leap down to the 3rd or 4th round projection to Tony Stapleton. Also looks like a pretty good athlete, more of a short field guy, which is fine. John Hayward, younger, good athlete. Ben Steele. I mean, for me, a lot of these guys kind of look similar, like in what I'm looking for. It's like, it's fine. Like, Sebastian Barry's injury is a little concerning, but whatever. Gary Nance, like, he looks all right. Mike Dyson, not Mike Tyson, Mike Dyson, he looks okay. Sam Barnes, he looks fine. I think we're actually going to go ahead and take out Sebastian Barry just because his injury is a little concerning. And Rick Lewis, we're just not going to be on a spot to take a tight end in the first. Like, it's just, we have bigger needs. I know we looked at O-line a little bit here. Like, Tavares Cooper would be sweet, right? We don't need a lineman. We really don't, like, at all. So I'm just going to take all the linemen that I have off our board here, because I really just don't have any need right now. Now, defensive end, that's a different story. Victor Johnson, very much still a possibility. We could trade up for him. I mean, he ran a 4.35 at his pro day. He's just an elite athlete. He would fit exactly what we're looking for as in terms of like just a speed rusher. Because we have a lot of good power rushers, or if we have speed rushers, they're more interior speed rushers like Lindsey Morris. We don't have anyone who can come off the edge with some speed. Victor Johnson would be that exactly. So we'll see about him. John Boyce, another first-round edge. He's only 21 years old. That's one thing he has over Johnson. Obviously, only 1 year younger, but still. But he is also a very good athlete, not as elite of an athlete as Johnston, but he's good. Doesn't look to be as good of a player, but he's still good. Parker Hendricks, more of a power rusher, but he does have really great speed and great athleticism. Good block shedding. I mean, he could still be a really good pick. I just don't know if he's exactly what we're looking for in terms of an edge rusher, but he still does seem to have some great athleticism on him. And then Kirk Buckner, second to third round projection, speed rusher, 6'5", 255, big guy. Not the best athlete out of these guys that we've looked at, but he's just kind of a decent player all around. And for a second to third rounder, I wouldn't hate bringing him in. And at right end, we only have 4 guys here as well. Jeremy Pearson, he's more of a power rusher too. He's huge, 6'6", 278, 21 years old. Would be terrible for finesse moves, but he probably has B power moves based off of his archetype. But I don't know. I don't think we'll draft him. He just doesn't really fit what we're looking for right now. Alfonso Staley kind of might be in the same boat. Good athlete and does have A power moves, which is pretty solid. I'll keep him on the list just because of that. And then Ben Ramirez, more of a speed rusher, which is what we're looking for. He looks all right. His block shedding's a little concerning, but he does have the upside potential. Good power moves along with his finesse moves, but his injury is concerning, so that's probably why I'm a little bit less high on him. And then George Barrett, who's a shorter edge rusher, but he's 6'1", 252, speed rusher. Really just great athlete. Definitely more of a one-trick guy with his finesse moves, but we could develop him. D-tackle, we obviously have some guys on here, but I don't think we're in the market for a D-tackle anymore after our free agent signing, so we're going to go ahead and take them off. Left outside linebacker, probably where we're maybe gearing towards Akeem McCutcheon. Great athlete. Stamina's concerning, but has good power moves, finesse moves, both there. At least B's for both of them, which is good. Block shedding also looks solid. Josiah Moss, really great athlete. Oops, jumping ahead a bit. Great finesse moves. Power moves are fine. Block shedding also looks good. Pursuit, hit power there. Obviously not a coverage guy, which is not what we're bringing him in for, if we do bring him in. I like Josiah Moss actually a lot. Duncan Adams is a third to fourth rounds projection, but he's more of a pass coverage guy. But I was just interested with this guy. I'm always interested with these guys, these third to fourth round off-ball linebackers. But he has such good man and zone coverage and tackling, and the awareness is there, the pursuit, the catching. I mean, how could this guy not be good, right? I say that, but he probably, I don't know, he might be okay. But he's not like someone I'm really invested on drafting. And Isaiah Brinkley, back to an edge rusher. Not as good of an edge rusher, obviously, as these other guys, but he's like a last resort player for us. We have 2 more I didn't realize. Kenny McFadden. Pretty good athlete, but a little unknown with how good he is in terms of his pass rushing. Block shedding, he looks okay, at least, so that's a plus. And then Kevin Rudolph is the last guy on the list, power rusher. Not a great athlete. He has great strength and elite acceleration, which is interesting. Power moves is not bad. Block shedding and finesse aren't bad either. He's not terrible, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. He's not bad, especially for a day 3. Could be worse. At middle linebacker, we just looked at Tyson Kershaw because he's the only guy who I had like marginal interest in. Like, he just looks like a good athlete and has just some interesting traits here. So maybe He's like a real just like shot in the dark pick for if I really don't have anyone else at that spot. Gerald Farrell, first round outside linebacker, not the best athlete, but makes up for it with his great power moves and solid block shedding. But he does have F stamina, which is very concerning, to be real. But his injury is good. And then Sean Terrell, a guy that's a little bit more of a realistic option for us. Pretty good athlete and good finesse moves for sure. His man coverage is like a C, which will probably end up being like high 50s, maybe low 60s, which is pretty decent for an edge rusher. But he looks solid as well. And then that is it at right outside linebacker. Corner, we have 11 guys here, but to be real, we're probably not looking at a corner with these picks. Sean Wharton, still a guy I really like. I do really like Sean Wharton, but he's probably not going to be someone we look into. Like, corner just isn't a big need. Now, hear me out. I know I just said that, but Cassidy Franklin looks incredible. I think for our second round pick, if we can trade that up, or even our last first round pick, if we trade that back a bit, right, and we go into the second round, we draft him, even though he's not a huge need at corner. I mean, look at him. Look at that athleticism, the athletic ratings he has. Great in everything, except for elite's change of direction and acceleration. He also has A press, B man, B zone. The issue is stamina and injury, which is a fair reason to be concerned. But he still looks so incredible that it's worth taking a shot at. Miles Starks, like, he's decent, but he's a first round guy. Like, he'd be a solid pick in the first round, but I'm not going to go with him. I mean, day 3 guys, sure, we'll keep him on there. Bobby Gaithers, it's all right. No Cassidy Franklin, and Felix Barnes, slot corner. He's all right. It's not bad, but yeah, Cassidy Franklin on top. And then last we have the safeties to really look at here. Markel Johnson, right now the top free safety projected to be taken. He has great speed, good acceleration, both important for me to see for a safety. He's got really great pursuit. His tackling and zone are solid. His block shedding and hit power are kind of unknown, but that's okay. I mean, he looks solid. He does look solid. Downside, he is 23, so less time for him to really progress to a great player, but he looks to have a high floor. Eli DeBose, 6'2", zone corner, 22 years old. You know, obviously not a great athlete. He's okay, but he just looks like I'm not huge on him, honestly. Like, he's probably fine, but like, no, I'm not interested, honestly. Anthony Aguilar, we did talk about him a little bit in the last episode, I think. So he's obviously went down the board a little bit because of injuries. Obviously, that's why he missed the Combine and Pro Day. He's an all right athlete, but we know he is like a solid player. It's just the injury is concerning for sure. Casey Goodson, another second to third round guy, great speed. Outside of that, just doesn't look like incredible, but he could be an all right developmental guy. And I guess now with our draft pick that we did take, the free agent signing we made with free safety, he's a startable free safety vet that we brought in. So, like, we could deal with a developmental safety for a little bit, you know. It wouldn't be a bad thing. I know it was going into the season one of the biggest needs, like, right after, edge rusher would be that, but I don't know. Michael Patterson, third or fourth round projection. Good speed, elite strength's very interesting. He looks like a good athlete. But we don't really know a lot about him otherwise. Like, it's hard to tell how good he'll be. And then Derek Reed. He's okay. Yeah, I'm not interested in him. to be 100%. Ron Easley. Also, he's okay, I guess. We'll keep an eye on him. He doesn't look terrible. Then moving over to the strong safety. Larry Millard, second to third round safety. Great athlete all around the board, pretty much. And he looks really solid, actually. B man and zone, B pursuit, B hit power, A finesse moves as a strong safety. I don't know what that would actually equate to. Probably like in the high 50s, low 60s maybe. It's good catching, tackling's decent. Stamina and injury are the big concern with him, which seems to be a common trend here. Jabari Person, 5'9", 201 pounds safety. He's 21 years old. Interesting athletic profile for sure. It's solid. And then he looks decent from what we can see, but it's hard to tell. And then Stephen Green, 6'1", 208, 23 years old, strong safety, solid player, athletics-wise. And then he's got B zone coverage. And B zone coverage, B pursuit, A hit power. I mean, he looks decent. Matthew Nash, great speed and agility. That's cool, but he doesn't look as good of a player as some of these other guys. And Lamar Boykin, good athlete, decent, nothing too crazy. And Thomas Taggart, the last guy we'll look at before we move on, seems alright. Nothing too crazy. So, we've narrowed it down heavily to how many guys? 49. We went from like 70-some to 49. So that's cool. And then, I would say, in terms of players that we want to learn more about, I think we're going to use one of our private workouts with Bart Brown. I really want to, if I'm going to draft a receiver at pick 7, I want to be sure about him, because that's a big risk taking him when we know Marcel Shelby can be solid. Because what if he's just as good as Shelby, or Shelby's better, and it's like, well, we could have just taken Shelby with our second first-round pick, or even in the second round. I think we'll use another one on Victor Johnson. Now I say that because he is very interesting, and it would take a lot to trade up. Actually, no, I don't think so, because I'm changing my mind again. I think trading up to pick 1 would take too much for me to want to do it, because we just need more stuff. You know, we can't trade up with our first pick. I don't feel like it's a good call. So I'll actually just take him off the list, just to fully get him out of my sight as much as I can. But John Boyce might be an interesting one, although we know a decent bit about him. Like, he looks solid. He does, but I think I might like, I don't know. I think, maybe we could use one of the left outside linebackers, maybe, or 2 of them. Probably just McCutcheon, maybe. And then maybe a safety. I don't know. But definitely Bart Brown, and then I'd say, let's do John Boyce, because if he's a first-round guy, we should probably see how good he really could be for us. And then we'll go with McCutcheon, I guess, or no, Alphonso Staley. We kept him on here for a reason, right? Yeah, but I don't know. We'll go with probably McCutcheon. And all right, let's move on to the next one. Um, I I guess let's just take one last browse at the free agent pool. See who's around. Just throw any random offers. Um, Morgan Baptiste is showing here. We don't need him. Cam Coleman's not terrible. Like, he's actually a decent startable player. Oh my god, 90 speed. This guy's fast as hell. Oh shoot, I didn't even see this guy, and he's a mentor with that speed and stuff. I'm gonna sign him. We might end up just cutting Ryan Ham, or whatever his name is, RJ Ham, whatever. Damn, I should have looked by speed at quarterback too. Damn, he looks good. He really does. He looks solid. For backup for sure. Receiver, I mean, we're good. Tight end. I mean, it's fine. We're good at tight end. We're good at O-line. Well, yeah. Defensive line here, I mean, doesn't hurt to bring in more guys, obviously. But I think we're good. Linebacker, corner. Peter Van Buren. I think he was on the Colts, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong, but I don't remember. Darren Medlock. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We're chilling. We already brought in a big haul here, so that's fine. Go ahead and advance to next week. We'll get our private workouts here. And just launch ourselves into the draft here. Real quick, though, is there any other news? No. Not really. Alright, private workouts. Alright. Bart Brown. Do I use it on Rutledge, though? Maybe. No, we're going to use it on these guys. We're just stick with those guys, I think. Because those are all guys that we can realistically get for sure and are like the highest projections, so we might as well look into them. Mock Draft 5. I doubt it changed very much. Yeah, like top, obviously fullback is not where we're going to go, but like Akeem McCutcheon, yeah, he's the first player here. As I was saying, he's the first player that, like, right after us, that we could realistically draft. Damn, like, look at all these picks. They're just, like, assuming this is going to be the draft, isn't it? Except for McLaughlin moving up. Some movement with these tackles and Carruthers and Markel Johnson, the free safety. But, no, we're not drafting the middle linebacker there, and we're not drafting the fullback, so... Bart Proud projected to go pick 17. That's good to know. Pick 28. I mean, right now, in terms of guys that we know we want after our pick, would be just Markel Johnson. And then obviously Sean Terrell is before that pick. We have Bart Brown, Josiah Moss, John Boyce. Yeah, I think the big one here is that if Akeem McCutcheon looks like the best guy, we're going to take him here. But if I'm not sure about him, I think I'm going to trade back. Unless, like, one of the other guys I looked at that's, like, really close to that looks really good too. So, that's what I'm thinking. That's all I really have to look at here, to be real. Teams are offering up a king's ransom to get the Lions' #1 pick. Victor Johnston's worth it. I agree, but I'm not doing it. And I doubt anyone else is. So, alright, let's see. Why does it not show up? Is it just not working? No, it did. Oh, okay. That is very interesting. Akeem McCutcheon is a second to third round talent. Wow. Okay. His injury obviously concerned me along with the stamina, but like, I don't know. He doesn't look bad. Like, he looks good. A, power moves, pursuit, hit power, B, finesse moves, C, block shedding's not bad, B, tackling's good. He even has B, awareness. Like, and B, play rec. I figured he'd be like a first round guy for sure, but he's not. And that, I mean, he's probably still gonna be a good player, but that changes a lot for me. Huh. Very interesting. Of course, the other two guys did not get any of the scouting, which I love when it does that. I just love that so much. Alright. So now we have a very interesting decision to make here, because we know the first 6 picks in this draft and how they're going to go. Victor Johnston. I forget, the Dolphins wanted a tackle? No, it was right. George Randolph. Steelers wanted the corner? No, they wanted the tackle. Jags wanted the corner. Right? No, they wanted defense end. They wanted the corner. Right. They wanted the corner. The Cardinals wanted a tackle or something. Quarterback. Right. I forget, dude. I don't know. So, real question is, what offers are people sending me for the 7th overall pick? The Vikings. Let me try the Dragons here. I want to try something. Let's see. Let's see if we can do business. Okay, so... Alright. So I want to give up my two first round picks. Right? And what do I want in return? Well, I don't really want any of their players. They can keep them. I mean, there's some solid players here that I would take, but no. We want their first round, their first, second this year, and a first next year, and maybe a third next year. I don't know. Like, I don't want to accept this if I... Let me just, like, throw in another first round pick just to, like, make sure it doesn't go through. Okay. Without that first, I think that could go through. But do I want to make that trade? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the Vikings one is very interesting. 3rd, 6th. It's just that's not enough for me. Like, I think the Vikings pick is like exactly where I want to move to. Cuz like the Raiders would be great, but they're only giving up a 7th 2 years down the line. That's not worth it. Like, at all. Like, it's either the Vikings or the Packers, I think. But the Vikings are a pick ahead. And, I mean, the only difference is I'm getting, with the Packers, I think, just the 5th. Which is cool, but, like, not that big of a deal. I'm going to do this trade with the Vikings. Move back 8 picks. Get a 3rd and 7th this year. An interesting call for sure. A potentially bad idea, but we'll see. They trade up to take Akeem McCutcheon. So we're actually actively saving the Thunderbirds. They're going to take John Boyce, who's probably a better player. Gerald Farrell goes. Now this is uncharted territory a little bit here. So this is a little bit worrisome. Sean Wharton goes there. So Chargers, the last pick, the 4Rs. Take Rick Lewis, the tight end, who's probably outstanding. But now we have our pick. And we have 2 guys right here. Well, I guess 3 guys that we want to pick from. I mean, we're going to take Bart Brown here for sure. But I want to make sure with these linebackers who is better, because I am willing to trade up to make this happen. So just basing off of rating of this, so okay, Sean Terrell has great speed, good everything, great jumping, solid. Okay, cool. Now with him, his finesse moves are an A or B. Everything else is solid, and his stamina is concerning. Injury is not a concern. Josiah Moss, on the other hand, seems to be maybe a little bit more, not like a better athlete per se, but definitely looks like he has more juice on the edge. I think Josiah Moss I like better for sure. Like 100%, I like him better. We're going to take Bart Brown here, though. Hidden Dev, 93 speed, 91 jumping, 6'5" receiver. Should pair up nicely with McClendon. And then we're going to just take it slow here. Once one of these edge rushers go, okay. Eagles took the guy I wanted. We're trading up with the Bucks for Sean Terrell. So let's get our pick in there. Buccaneers. They need a quarterback though. But I mean, they could probably. I mean, they have Crowder. Let me see. We'll trade you. That 3rd round pick we were talking about, and they need a tight end. I mean, doubtful that they need a tight end. Like Robinson, he's probably not as good. I mean, he's better, but star dev. Oops. Let's just see if this works. It's close. Okay. We can make something happen here. I mean, we'll throw DeMarco Blake in here. It's not going to do much for them, I don't think. But we'll do that. We'll throw Davis in there as well. We'll throw Michael Hitchens in there as well. Why not? And then we'll throw one more draft pick as well. We'll give one of our 5th round picks 2 years from now. Close. 4th round pick in 2046. 2 years away. That's going to be accepted. I mean, they're showing the players first. The players were just like a little bit extra. They're probably not going to keep any of those guys. It's more just the 1st, 3rd, and 4th 2 years down the line for the pick. Moving up 10 picks. Unfortunately, the Eagles took Josiah Moss. That is unfortunate because I do think he is the better of the two. But Sean Terrell is very solid as well. At least I think he is. I hope he is. So we're about to draft him. So let's see. Normal dev. That sucks, but we'll see how good of a player he is. Hopefully he is good. And I didn't just fuck myself. And then pick 20. I really don't want to move up any more picks, so we're going to just sim to our next pick. So at the end of the 2nd round here, we have some options. Only 32 players are left. We already got an edge, so we're just looking at safety, I think. I mean, Anthony Aguilar's here. Oof. I mean, hold on. Is the corner still there? No. Okay. He's probably going to be very good, that corner. That's okay. see, Casey Goodson. Like, who's the safety I'm most interested in here? Like Anthony Aguilar, he looks solid. It's just the injuries are really concerning. Matthew Nash, he's a second to third round guy now all of a sudden. Okay. Jabari Person, we looked at him, right? Oh yeah, he's very interesting, I think. It's between him or Aguilar, to be honest. If I had to pick. Either that or we could go with another edge rusher, Ben Ramirez. Looks okay, but okay, which one's projected to go first, I guess? I mean, it should be Aguilar, right? Yeah, Aguilar. How far down is 41 picks? Hold on. I just saw James Kelly here. This guy. Oh, I forgot about this guy. I had him on my list before. He's huge. 6'4", 404. 22 years old. Elite strength. He's just huge. Great power moves. I might try to draft him, to be real. Here's something I want to do. All right, now that I found him, I'm going to try to trade back. And I'm going to see if there's a team with multiple third-round picks. Which there should be. There should be, for sure. The Buccaneers. The Cavs have our third, I think. That's a little later, so we're looking at the Buccaneers, I think. Yeah, I think just the Bucks and the Caps are the only two third-round picks. So that's pick 79 and 82. How far is that from our pick right now? 60. So we'd be trading back 19 picks. I'm down. It's close. We'll trade one of our 7th rounders this year, next year, and the year after, I guess. How does that sound? Still declines. All right. How about we trade one of our 5ths 2 years down the line? Okay. How about the 7s again? Almost there. More 7th round picks. Does that work for you? It does. Now this is another risky one. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to take our time a little bit. If we see a huge run of safeties, I'm going to probably worry a little bit. Oh, Aguilar just went. Oops. Nash just went. Actually, it's probably good that I look at the board real quick. I mean, in theory, we should be okay. In theory. There's like 30 players ahead of both of them, but like, it's not always about that. Like, we're having a huge run on safeties right now. Do I risk it? I don't know. I'm a little worried. I'm 8 picks away. We're so close, right? But we had a huge run on safeties. I mean, there's like 2 strong safeties ahead of him. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. And hope. Please don't take him. There goes Tyson Kershaw. Okay. Alright. Okay, one more pick. Please, Chargers, don't fuck me over. Awesome. You took the safety. That's not as good in my opinion, but he might be better. Who knows? Alright, we have back-to-back. No, we don't have back-to-back. We don't have back-to-back picks. I'm just fucking surprised that we got here. Okay, we're taking the safety because that's the bigger need, but then the D-tackle is absolutely who we're looking at next. If we don't end up getting to get him, that's fine. We'll adjust. But Jabari Parson is the pick. Normal dev, but you know, he's young. He can definitely develop. He looks solid. All right, let's see. Byron Osgood gets picked, and then Bruce Fox. Was that the D tackle? I don't remember his name. I hope it wasn't. No, it wasn't. James Kelly. He's still here. I'm taking him. We don't need him as much, but we're taking him because he looks incredible. Hidden dev, 94 strength, 62 speed. Obviously, we're not drafting him for his speed. He's just a big dude. Huge man. Gigantic. Yeah, we like him. And we'll simulate to our next pick here in the 4th. Sounds like my headset is starting to die. This will be definitely the last video I do today. Alright, so we have 15 players here. I'm not going to take either of these quarterbacks or the fullback. I guess receiver. Because what, isn't Eric Miner the guy who ran really fast? Yes, he's the all-elite guy, yeah. Eric Miner, normal dev. He has 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 99 agility. Yeah, he will definitely be Jack Johnson's replacement. Whether that is sooner or later, I don't know yet. But yeah, now that guy, oh, he's fast. He is fast. Now we only have 2 more picks, and we only have a couple more options here. I mean, Kevin Rudolph's the only guy who's worth drafting on my favorites list, and I think it's good to grab him anyways. He seems okay. Edge rusher, 21 years old, could develop him, maybe. We'll see. And then the last pick, the 7th rounder, we'll just throw a dart at, I don't know yet. Let's see. See who's here. Well, both of those, the fullback and the receiver, who could be a tight end, are here. We didn't end up drafting a tight end, so I guess we could go that way. I don't know. I mean, is there any other guys I was looking at prior? You just said, no, I'm good? I don't think so. Yeah, like, I doubt there's really anyone that good here. So we're just going to go ahead and take Richard Harris and move him to tight end. Like they said, he'd be okay at tight end. So, alright, not exactly how I wanted that draft to go fully, but still, I thought it was a solid draft. I am happy with the picks we made. Sure, there was some players that we missed out on, but we can't get everyone. Yeah, and this is a fine draft. This is a solid draft. Like, no, like, super crazy high overalls right out of the draft, but, like, a couple guys that are in the 73, 72 range, 5 of them. Yeah, pretty solid. Like, Bart Brown started. He will start over Shaq Shields. Absolutely. He just looks good. I mean, he's 22 years old, hidden dev. He's huge player. And he's decently well-rounded, too. Sean Terrell, normal dip, but he's also 73 overall, so that's awesome. Good finesse moves coming in. Block shedding, power moves not that bad. Like, pretty decent for development-wise. So we could definitely develop him into a good edge rusher for us. A well-rounded one, too. And Jabari Person, 72 overall strong safety without the boost. So, like, yeah, obviously not hidden dev, but, like, he's decent. Man coverage needs improvement, of course, but he's decent. And he can develop. He doesn't have to start right away. So that's a big thing. And speaking of big thing, James Kelly, he's big. Huge. 6'4", 404. Huge man. Hidden dev, 94 strength, 82 power moves, 70 block shedding, 62 speed. He's slow, but he's a big man. How do you expect him to move like that? Now, this dude's awesome. Didn't need a D-tackle, but, you know, he's the guy I'm really excited to see on the field. And speaking of, we bring in, like, the complete opposite of James Kelly and Eric Miner, who is 5'8", 182, 21 years old. And he's so fast. Just not even really on the team to be a receiver. He's more here to be a kick returner, like maxed out speed, acceleration, agility. And he also has decent like catching abilities. 91 jumping is kind of crazy, but like his catch in traffic, spec catch, and deep route running are decent. Has good change of direction, juke, and spin move. I like him a lot, actually. And you know, Kevin Rudolph's 6th round pick. He's a 66 overall, 21 years old. Like, a 75 power moves isn't bad, and he could definitely progress into someone that could start in reality. I mean, 66 finesse moves, 67 block shed. That's not hard to progress to a decent level. So, Kevin Rudolph's not very far from being decent. And then Richard Harris, as a receiver, absolutely horrible. Let's move him to tight end and see what he's like, I guess. Because the news guys, Matthew Berry, whatever, is like, oh yeah, he could be a tight end. We'll probably have to change. We'll change numbers when we make our cuts, but okay, no, he's even a worse tight end. So he's terrible. Good to know. He might be able to move somewhere else actually, because he has like he's not like downright egregious, right? Just that receiver and tight end he is. Let's see what stands out here. Like he has decent speeds here. Like his ball carrier vision's not bad. Change of direction. Like honestly, he looks more like a running back to me than a tight end. Whoa. Hold on. This guy can throw. Like, he's not a terrible passer. Like, as a starter, no. By no means. Like, 82 throw power is nothing crazy, but, like, he's got like, alright passage stats. Like, actually pretty alright passage stats. Okay. Yeah, he's not a tight end or a receiver at all. He's more a running back, quarterback. Huh. Alright, well, let's see what he is at quarterback. I'm very interested. Wow, not what I was expecting there. 63 overall, yeah, that's not terrible. Yeah, like he doesn't look great, but like that's so interesting. That is so interesting. I'm assuming he's best at running back though. Although quarterback makes sense too. No, he's best at quarterback. 57 overall running back. Huh. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, quarterback. That's not what I was expecting. Cool. Interesting. But that is where I'm going to leave it for now. Next episode, we'll probably just end up being... I'm going to do what I did again. I'll do training camp and the preseason stuff by myself, and then I'll record the cuts, the final cuts, and then go into episode 1 of game 1 of season 3, which we'll see who that will be against. I'm going to keep that a secret for now, because I don't want to look at it yet either, but I'll see it sooner than you guys will. But that will be it. This will be a long one again, I'm sure, because I'm just gonna probably post this all as one video. But I will thank you again all for watching. Appreciate it very much. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.